Well, how y'all doing? I'm back. I just put out another video just a moment ago about my video game called Orbital Drop. Now, I had not one but two video games that I got very, very far into production on. I'm going to show off the second one now. Uh, One moment. There we go. Let me just make sure this is showing up okay. Yeah. All right. So, my game, tentatively titled RPG Overworld. It's got this cool fire background. Here are the save game slots. Now I'm going to click on this one, create a new game. You are born to simple farmers in the human kingdom of Estria. Years pass, and when you are old enough to help out around the farm, you are given a number of chores to accomplish. The tasks are laborious and difficult, but your parents tell you that it builds character and will make you grow into a strong young man with a good work ethic, so you can run your own farm someday. So this is the tutorial window. Use the arrow keys to control it. Left arrow goes back to the last message, right arrow goes forward to the next message. Press the up arrow to close the tutorial. This area at the top displays important information. It can be a description of things that are happening or the dialogue of a character. You can press the spacebar to jump to the end and skip the words being typed out over time. The buttons here at the bottom are the life choices your character made in his childhood, which sculpted the man he would become. Your starting physical attributes and skills will be determined through these choices. Use the left mouse button to make your selection. Okay, so I can work hard on the farm and make my parents proud. I can do some work but spend most of the day lost in thought, or I can run off and steal a pie from the neighbor's windowsill. So I think I'm going to make a sort of warrior character, so I'm going to work hard. Okay, long hours of physical labor is exhausting, but leaves you with a sense of accomplishment. Eventually, the work becomes easier. Your burdens feel lighter. After a while, you hardly even break a sweat before finishing a day's work. Okay, so I gained some strength, some fitness, and some crafting skill. During a harvest festival, all of the farmers and their families have come from miles around to celebrate a good season. You rarely get to play with the other people your age, but several groups of kids are gathered here to play. Play with the tough kids, practice fighting with wooden swords and shields. Play with the nice kids, picking flowers and herbs in the nearby field. Play with the wild kids, climbing down to a nearby swimming hole. Alright, I'm going to play with the tough kids because I'm building a sword fighter. You join the mock battle and quickly learn that these kids mean business. Your first opponent is a big bully who uses his size to intimidate you and then ferociously attacks. After he easily defeats you, he smirks and offers some advice. Offense increases by 1, defense increases by 1, intimidate increases by 1. One evening, you are feeding the farm animals when you spot a man running down the road carrying a heavy chest. He spots you and runs over, gasping for breath and sweating profusely. He looks back down the road expectantly and tells you that he is being followed. If you will misdirect his pursuers while he hides, he will reward you. Then he hastily darts into the woods. Moments later, a man on horseback arrives and calls out, it's supposed to be to you, "You there, have you seen a weasel of a man with a chest come this way?" Now, I can tell the truth and direct the intimidating man towards the woods. I can say nothing because it's not your problem and you don't want to get involved. Or I can make up a tale to lead the mounted man on a wild chase far from here. Well, I'm a goody two shoes, so I'm going to drop the dime. You help to catch the rogue and recover the stolen chest. The mounted man explains that he is a bounty hunter who was hired to track down a gang of bandits who ambushed a tax collector's wagon. Another typo there. There's supposed to be an of. Speed increases by 1, perception increases by 1, intimidation increases by 1. During a bad storm, a weary traveler comes asking for shelter. He seems quite old, with a long white beard, and his robe like nothing you've seen before, covered in strange runes. He passes the time with many stories of the road, tales of adventure and mystery. The storm passes, but before he says goodbye, he gives you a piercing look and he asks you a question. In this life, what do you think is most important to be happy? Money? Women? Power? A good woman for a wife is surely the answer to his odd question. Or, money seems to be what most people spend their lives trying to acquire. Or, even kings with a queen and wealth still desire to gain power, don't they? I'm just gonna go with the first one. He nods thoughtfully. There is a simple joy in family life. He gives you some advice. To win a good woman's heart, you must be a healthy man with a persuasive tongue and a fair bit of luck too. Fitness increases by 1, luck increases by 1, persuade increases by 1. When you turn 10, you travel to the Holy Cathedral. Every able bodied child must appear for a rite of passage called the Silver Baptism. The priests instruct you to muster all your faith, and then submerge you in the glowing waters of the sacred pool. The icy waters send a jolt through your body. It seems to penetrate every pore of your skin. A numbness sets in, and you feel a dreamlike serenity. Do you open your mind and heart to this power that envelops you? Do you passively accept the healing power of the sacred waters, or do you fight to repel the mental fog and the unsettling numbness? I will fight. Your body rejects this strange feeling. You feel like you wage a war internally. Your body's defenses repel the numbness, and you fight to clear the fog filling your mind. It seems to pass. Offense increases by 1, defense increases by 1, swimming increases by 1. Yeah, I guess there's no more tutorial except this one, so I can exit the tutorial and I can continue. So I actually didn't finish all of the character creation questions. So it was going to go on for about 10 questions. Here we've got 5, here we've got 6, here we've got 7, here we've got 8. Number 9. You wake with a start, hearing a terrible crash from downstairs. A shadowy figure rushes into your room, but you soon realize it is your father, holding a rusty sword. He thrusts a bag into your hands as he explains that an orc raiding party is pillaging the farm. He urges you to climb out the window and run for the safety of town. You demand that he come with you, but he says if he doesn't slow them here, then you will never make it. He hugs you and then shoves you out the window. So, you can run as fast as you can to get away from the orc raiders, you can sneak away to a good hiding spot to see what happens, or you can climb back up to the window to help your father fight. Let's see, I'm a fighter, so you climb the stone wall of your home and pull yourself up to peer in the window just in time to see your father scream as he lunges at an orc warrior, impaling it with his blade. A second orc attacks, but he puts up an impressive defense, parrying its attacks. A third orc flanks him and drives a spear through his body. You fall away and run in terror. Offense increases by 1, defense increases by 1. Climbing increases by 1. This is the overworld map. In the top left corner, you can see many details. First is the hour, followed by a note on whether it's night or daytime. Next is the temperature. It gets colder at night and warmer during the day. The month and day is listed, and over time, all 4 seasons will come and pass. Last is the current weather condition, clear sky, overcast, or rain. With the left mouse button, you can move around on the overworld map. A line extending from your location shows which direction you face, and a circle shows how much further you can travel per hour, and is determined by your speed, burden, and rested status. You have a chance of encountering creatures and entering combat each hour. While you're on the overworld map, you can press the spacebar to open a menu. There are 3 buttons: fill container, search, and camp. Clicking space again at any time will close this menu. If you're near a water source, you can pick fill container from the space menu. It will check your inventory for containers which can hold water. You can click any of them to fill them or click fill all. Sometimes creatures will arrive while you do this. You can click search to check the surrounding area for an hour. If you're lucky, you may gain a small bit of experience and find some firewood or other useful items, but if you are unlucky, a wandering group of enemies will find you and interrupt your search. When you click camp, an empty slider appears. Simply click anywhere in the region to choose how many hours, and then click sleep to proceed. Being well rested gives you bonus speed, while being exhausted slows your progress significantly. Anytime outside of combat, you can click enter to go to the pause menu. In the menu, you can see your name, titles, experience, stats, skills, various status effects, equipment, and inventory. Anytime outside of combat, you can click enter to go to the pause menu. In the menu, you can see your name, titles, experience, yada yada yada. Well, I guess that's it. Okay, so it's a little hard to see, but here at the burned farm, that's where I'm at. Let's see, there's a lake over there. If I head over to the lake, 2 hours have gone by. Now I'm at the lake here. I hit space. I'll search. I'm searching. I got an experience point. Let's see, I found wood sticks. I'm going to put those wood sticks in my inventory. Let's see, camp. Sleep, you're not tired. Okay. Well, that was that. Maybe I'm not far enough in to gather water. Oh, here we go. Fill containers. Fill all. So I have an empty bottle and I have an empty water skin, but I'm just going to hit fill all, and now they are a full bottle and a full water skin. Isn't that special? So up here you can see the night and day cycle. Right now it's raining. It's March 1st. It's 41 degrees. It's midnight, so it's really, really dark. I'm going to head west. So traveling to the west. 3, 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. So down here we can see there's another farm. If I head down here towards this farm, I'll search it. I didn't find anything. No, do you hear that? You can hear the goats and the sheep. This farm here is 3D modeled. I modeled the little house and the pen with all the sheep in it and all the rows of corn over there. Well, I'm headed this way. You can see there's several other farms in the area. Now, a lot of the graphics are sort of temporary. At the bottom, you can see my health and magic. I'm hoping for a random encounter. Here we go. Combat. When you find animals or dangerous monsters, you enter turn-based combat. Depending on the situation, you'll have different options appear as buttons along the left side of the combat screen. You can left-click to select at any time. You can right-click to deselect your choice, and the options will reappear. Hello, Caveman Show. Thanks for tuning in. Alright, so if an enemy is sneaky, you won't be able to spot it unless it attacks you, or you click search and manage to find it. Sometimes enemies won't spot you right away, and if you click hide, some enemies may lose sight of you. Many enemies will hide and then retreat, but some aggressive enemies will ambush you or backstab you. So right now I can see there's a close rabbit, a distant rabbit. I'm going to attack the close rabbit. Ooh. 6 to hit, defense 4, did a little bit of damage. He's trying to run away. I get an attack of opportunity like in D&D in 3.5. Rabbit scanning for danger. See, right now his eye is closed. He doesn't even know that I'm here. He's just off in the distance. So the enemies are pretty far away. I'm going to advance to get closer to him. That way, if they try to run away, I'll be able to attack. Okay, but that rabbit, he hid from me, so I don't know where he is now. But I can see this rabbit, and he hasn't seen me, so I'm going to attack him. Ah, that was a miss. Shite. Well, I'll keep at it. Oh, I hit him. So right now, combat's pretty basic. Ah, I almost got him. 11 to hit, a critical hit. It only did 2 damage, though. Oh, but look at that, look at that. He tried to run away, and I got an attack of opportunity, and it killed him. You loot all the defeated creature's treasure. So I got skin pelts. They weigh a pound. The leathery hides of animals are useful for crafting many things. Put those skin pelts there. Food meat. An uncooked slab of animal flesh. I'm gonna put that down here. Oh, that makes a good noise, doesn't it? Oh yeah. ASMR time. Most things just make a coin sound. Alright. Close. So let's see. Enter is my menu. Name and title. In the top left, you can click to enter your first name and last name. Eventually, you'll gain a reputation and titles will be awarded to you. In addition, you can gain experience in the 6 professions: warrior, wizard, priest, rogue, hunter, and merchant. Your current experience is shown and the amount required to gain a new level. Your health points and magic points are also listed in this section. Just below this window is your equipment. Each slot is labeled with an item type. Only certain things can fit each item slot. To the right, you'll see a space for the other items you have in your pack. Use left mouse to click and drag items, or the right mouse button to discard items. It will ask if you really want to discard it or keep it. Left click to decide. To the right, you see your status. Health shows if you are sick or poisoned. Hunger and thirst are buttons which let you eat or drink items. Left left lick, that's supposed to be a click. Left lick the status to get the eat or drink option, and then select the item in your inventory, or right click to cancel. If you don't eat regularly, you will begin to starve and burn muscle, losing strength. If you don't drink often, you will lose health points and eventually die. Rest is gained by sleeping. You'll move quick if you are well rested, but slow down as you grow tired. Temperature extremes are dangerous. Extreme heat or cold can kill you. Equipping warm fur clothing can protect against the cold, and using water on yourself can deal with heat. Burden is the sum of your item's weight and affects movement speed. Strength affects how much loot you can carry before being burdened and gives a small damage bonus. Speed determines how far you travel in an hour. Fitness sets your maximum health points. Offense and defense are used in combat. Faith limits your holy abilities. Magic sets your maximum magic points. Luck is mysterious but has many subtle effects. Swimming and climbing limit your ability to traverse regions of the overworld. Sneaking and perception affect detection in combat. Persuade affects dialogue and prices. Intimidate affects dialogue and combat. Alchemy limits the type and effectiveness of potions you create. Healing sets the effectiveness of curative items. Crafting limits the items you make and their quality. Thievery covers pickpocketing, lockpicking, and backstabbing chance. And that's it for that tutorial. So currently, based on the stats I got when I started and built my character, I got 5 strength, 5 speed, 6 fitness, 11 offense, 11 defense, 4 faith, 4 magic, 5 luck. I have no magic items giving me any bonuses. I have decent sneaking skill, decent perception skill. Everything else is kind of crap. You can see my experience points up here, my hit points, magic points. I think currently I'm unable to take damage, and I don't have a magic system yet, so none of this matters. It's kind of faint, but you can see here, this is a shield slot, this is a helmet slot. Let's see. Items. Let's see. Wooden walking stick. Here, I'll move this wooden walking stick, and I'll put the wooden short bow as my weapon. Can I do that? Or does it, no, it has to go down here in the bow slot. Alright. And then I also have to equip an arrow, don't I? Maybe. I don't know. Well, I guess that means I can keep this wooden walking stick as my weapon. Let's see. Status: healthy, not thirsty, not hungry, not tired, warm. With a burden of 19.81 pounds. Let's see, I can go up here and change my name. Hang on. Arrows in space. Okay. I'm gonna name myself Ed. And my last name is gonna be Boone. Okay. Level 1 Adventurer. I guess Adventurer is just sort of like the classless class. It's not an official one. Alright, so here I am. I can walk around in the overworld. Oh, I've encountered more deadly rabbits. Not the most exciting combat, but I'm only level 1. So now I have a bow equipped, and these rabbits, they're far away, so I can shoot at the far away ones with an arrow. There's actually a rabbit that I can't see. If I search, I'll find him. There he is. So this one hasn't seen me and he's close. I can actually backstab him. You perform a stealth attack. A critical hit. You did 10 damage. Fuck yeah. Alright. Let's see. I probably can't backstab from here, but I can shoot at that rabbit from here. Alright. Loot. You got 14 XP. Alright, let me take this food meat. Yeah, that's a problem. Oh, wait, maybe it's not. See, this one says number 4. Skin pelts, number 3. Skin pelts, number 1. Let's see. 3 and 1 makes 4. Yeah, it does work. Alright, they do stack properly. That's cool. I forgot if I coded that right or not. Alright. Getting close to level 2. So you can see the town here's got a decent amount done. This is probably going to crash the game, but here we go. You can see my shitty night artwork. Guard, state your name and your business. My name is Ed Boone, sir, or my name is none of your business, and my business is none of your business. I'm such a good writer. My name is Ed Boone. Well met, Ed Boone. What brings you to the Citadel? An orc raiding party came in the night. My family is dead. My farm burned to the ground. Not another one. I've seen many refugees, such as yourself, lately. The orcs will pay for this. You may enter. Honor the law. Make no trouble. Seek aid at the cathedral, lad. They can help you. Alright. So, now I'm allowed to go through the main gate. So there's a wizard's tower, a guild hall, a prison, a knight hall, a noble house, a marketplace, an inn. Let's see if I go over to the inn here. Oh boy, I've encountered rabbits in the middle of town. That's something I didn't finish coding, is a toggle that makes it so you're safe in town. So, unfortunately, random encounters can and will happen within the walls of town. However, I can retreat, and it's not a problem. Now, I didn't have a background for the inn yet, and I didn't have an innkeeper image yet, so I basically just recycled a couple of images that I had already used before. Welcome to the Inn of the Rising Sun. So I can ask for advice or gossip. What's the local gossip? Dot. 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 Well, he didn't have much to say, did he? Welcome to the Inn of the Rising Sun. Could you give me advice? Dot. 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 Apparently not. He's not very talkative, is he? Ooh, I am thirsty, hungry, and tired. Alright, so what I can do is I can grab meat, and I can eat a meat. Uh, Eat meat, 10 calories, eating. Alright, now I'm no longer hungry. What have I got? I've got a glass bottle with some water in it. Let's see. Put that on my thirst. Oh, it's empty. Yo, I didn't fill up my water skin this time. Damn it. Or did I? Wait. No, I am not thirsty. I must have drank it. I just didn't spot it. Alright, so yeah, now I'm bloated and I'm not hungry, but I am tired, so I do need to camp. Ah, the marketplace did it. So I never coded most of the stuff here in town. Shite. So let's see, what didn't get seen? You didn't see the entirety of the overworld. There's not a lot of content, but the map itself is pretty big. You can go far in any direction from where I started there. However, it's mostly just graphical, just some mountains, some forests, not really much to do. Another thing that didn't really get seen much was the variety of enemies. There's a rabbit, there's hawks, there's wolves, there's deer. There are human enemies that you can encounter. There are also demons that you can encounter that are like really difficult to defeat and cast spells at you. Um, but yeah, so that's what I got. It probably didn't seem like much since I covered it in 20 or 30 minutes here. However, coding it took a very, very, very long time. It was work and lots of it. But it does have most of the basics of an RPG. It's got an inventory. You can manipulate your items. It's got camping. It's got filling your water skin. It's got hot and cold that don't really do anything yet. Shh, it's a secret. It has a temperature and it'll tell you if you're hot or cold, but it doesn't actually mechanically do anything yet. It's got enemies you can defeat. It's got an experience point system. If I turn it on, it's got hit points and death states. There's a little bit of a dialogue system. You can talk with that knight at the front gate a little bit more than I did. If you don't give your name, he's got some other dialogue, and it circles back around to where you eventually either give your name or you're never allowed into the city. uh, yeah, well, so I hope you liked it. That was my second unpublished video game. Just felt like putting them out there. They never saw the light of day. I put so much work into them, and if they were never out there for anyone to see, it would be a real shame considering how much work actually went into that. But I'm a novice, and I managed to get that far, so I think anyone could do it if you put your mind to it. It's worth a try. If you really like video games and you want to make it a profession, go for it. Anyway, I'm Ninja G. Thanks for watching. Hope you all have a good night.